Connecting a PS4 or Xbox One controller to a Mac is easier than most people think. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to pair both controllers, what to check before connecting, and how to fix the most common problems if it does not work right away. Number 1. Check compatibility. Connecting a PS4 controller or an Xbox One controller to a Mac usually means pairing the controller through Bluetooth, so the Mac can recognize it as a game controller without extra drivers, special software, or a separate wireless dongle. For a PlayStation 4 controller, this means the DualShock 4 wireless controller. For Xbox, this means an Xbox wireless controller that actually supports Bluetooth. This is important because not every Xbox One controller is the same. Newer Xbox One S and Xbox One X controllers usually support Bluetooth, but some older original Xbox One controllers do not. If your Xbox controller never appears in Bluetooth settings, even when you do everything correctly, the controller model may be the reason. Before pairing anything, charge the controller or put in fresh batteries. Also, make sure your Mac has Bluetooth turned on. If you are using a MacBook, keep it charged as well, because low battery or power-saving behavior can sometimes make wireless connections less stable. Another useful check is distance from your console. If your PS4 or Xbox is close by and turned on, the controller may try to reconnect to the console instead of staying available for your Mac. To avoid that, turn the console off completely, unplug it for a moment if needed, or move the controller away from it before starting. Number 2. Open Bluetooth on Mac. On your Mac, open the Apple menu, then go to System Settings. On older macOS versions, this may be called System Preferences. From there, open Bluetooth and make sure Bluetooth is switched on. Keep this Bluetooth window open because this is where the controller will appear once it is in pairing mode. At this point, do not just press the normal power button on the controller and expect it to connect. The controller needs to be in pairing mode. Pairing mode is different from turning it on. Turning it on usually makes the controller search for the last device it used. Pairing mode makes it discoverable, which means your Mac can see it as a new Bluetooth device. If you previously connected this controller to the same Mac, but it is not working now, look for it in the Bluetooth list. If it is already there but refuses to connect, click the Information button or the Options menu next to the controller and choose Forget this device. Then pair it again from the beginning. This fixes a lot of connection problems caused by old pairing data. Number 3. Pair the PS4 controller. To pair a PS4 DualShock 4 controller, start with the controller turned off. If it is on, hold the PlayStation button until the light turns off. If a USB cable is connected to the controller, unplug it before using Bluetooth pairing. Now press and hold the PlayStation button and the share button at the same time. Keep holding them until the light bar on the controller starts flashing. The flashing light means the controller is in Bluetooth pairing mode. On the Mac, watch the Bluetooth list. The controller usually appears as wireless controller. When it appears, click Connect. After a few seconds, the light on the controller should stop flashing or change to a steady light. That means the controller is connected. If it pairs but does not respond right away, press the PlayStation button once, then open the game or app you want to use. One common mistake is holding only the PlayStation button. That usually turns the controller on, but it may try to connect back to the PlayStation instead of your Mac. Another mistake is releasing the buttons too early. Hold PlayStation and share until the light clearly starts blinking. If nothing appears on the Mac, turn Bluetooth off and back on, then repeat the pairing step. Number 4. Pair the Xbox One controller. For the Xbox controller, first turn it on by pressing the Xbox button. Then, press and hold the small pairing button on the controller. On most Xbox One wireless controllers, this button is near the top edge of the controller. Hold it until the Xbox logo starts blinking quickly. A slow blink usually means the controller is just looking for a previous device. A fast blink means it is ready to pair with a new device. Now go back to Bluetooth settings on the Mac. Look for Xbox wireless controller in the list of nearby devices. When it appears, click Connect. After the connection finishes, the Xbox logo should stop blinking quickly and stay steady. If the Xbox controller does not show up, check the controller type first. Older original Xbox One controllers may not support Bluetooth. A quick way to tell is by looking at the plastic around the Xbox button. On Bluetooth models, the plastic around the Xbox button usually matches the front face of the controller. On some older non-Bluetooth models, that area is part of the top bumper section. This is not a perfect test for every special edition, but it helps. If your controller is an older model without Bluetooth, it may not pair wirelessly with the Mac the same way. In that case, try a wired connection with a proper data cable, or use a newer Bluetooth-capable Xbox controller. Number 5. Test it in a game. Once the controller says connected in Bluetooth settings, do not assume every button will work in every app automatically. The Mac can recognize the controller, but the game also needs to support controller input. Open a game that supports controllers, then check the game's control settings. Some games switch to controller mode automatically. Others need you to choose controller input inside the settings menu. If the controller connects but does not work in the game, close the game and open it again after the controller is already connected. This matters because some games only check for controllers when they start. Also, check whether the game supports PlayStation and Xbox controllers on Mac specifically. A controller can be connected correctly and still not work in a game that was designed only for keyboard and mouse. On newer macOS versions, you can also check game controller settings. Open System Settings and look for game controllers. If your controller supports customization, you may be able to change button behavior or check controller options there. Just remember that not every feature is guaranteed. Things like headset ports, special lights, vibration behavior, touchpad functions, and extra buttons can depend on the controller, macOS version, and the game itself. Number 6. Fix common problems. If the controller does not connect, start with the simple checks. Make sure Bluetooth is on. Make sure the controller is charged. Make sure the controller is actually in pairing mode, not just powered on. Turn off the nearby PS4 or Xbox console so it does not steal the connection. Then remove the controller from Bluetooth settings with Forget This device and pair it again. If the controller appears but fails to connect, restart Bluetooth on the Mac. If that does not help, restart the Mac and try again. Also, reduce Bluetooth interference. Too many connected Bluetooth devices, wireless headphones, keyboards, mice, and other devices can sometimes make pairing less reliable. You do not have to disconnect everything forever. But while troubleshooting, keep the setup simple. If the Mac shows a message about a firmware update, update the controller using the manufacturer's recommended method. For Xbox controllers, firmware updates are usually handled through Xbox Tools or an Xbox console. For PlayStation controllers, follow Sony's support instructions if an update is available. Also, keep macOS updated because controller support can improve with system updates. If Bluetooth keeps failing, try a wired connection. Use a cable that supports data, not just charging. This is a common issue because some cheap cables can charge a controller, but cannot send controller input to the Mac. For a DualShock 4, connect with a compatible USB cable and check whether the Mac detects it. For Xbox, a wired connection can also help confirm whether the controller itself is working. The best practical setup is simple. Pair the controller before opening the game. Keep the console turned off if the controller was previously paired with it. Use a supported Bluetooth controller. Keep batteries charged, and use the Mac's Bluetooth settings to forget and reconnect the controller when it acts strange. When everything is working correctly, the PS4 controller should appear as wireless controller. The Xbox controller should appear as Xbox wireless controller. And both should be ready to use in games that support controller input.